Well, hello. How are we? Happy Sunday, Sunday fun day. I hope you're well and fantastic, having a good week. So today, we have an update. I don't know why I'm getting kind of slowing down there, aren't I? Be natural, be natural. So this week, I've got a personal update, and I've trying to lose weight. I've been trying to do so many times over the years, trying to shift a few extra pounds. But something that has been interesting that I found is that thought it's my head is the biggest battle. I think about food so much, and so I was thinking to myself the other day. I was sitting there and I was thinking, oh, okay, right, I've done well today. Only had this and that, and okay, great, well done, you, excellent, yes. So tomorrow you can have a bag of crisps. Why? Why do you need a bag of crisps at all? Why tomorrow? You know, and then further on, it was like, what was it? So I got past that. Yay, managed to quell that thought process. Got on. I was actually doing some writing and NaNoWriMo. So yeah, and then later on, I was thinking, okay, so if you're good, then you can get a takeaway. Takeaway. It's even worse. Why? Why does my mind go straight to food all the time? It's incredible. It's and just how about you eat normally? Just eat at meal times perhaps. So it's an ongoing battle. So I'm single, so that kind of doesn't help because I'm just looking after myself. So it's very easy just to, eat a bag of crisps to keep going or order a takeaway. But yeah, so that's interesting. So I'll keep you posted, but you can be the judge because you'll see by the videos how I'm doing. It may all go out the pan within a few days. It has many times before, but I think although I wouldn't really want to give advice on this subject because I've been such a kind of failure at it for many years, I would say one thing though, and that is I never give up, and I mean that. I never completely give up and just say I'm always just going to be this body shape, or I don't care. I'm just going to put on more weight. Even sometimes when you just feel like it's who cares kind of thing. I'm just like, no, I don't care. I just try to keep at it. It's incredibly hard. So for those out there that are in the same boat, you have my full empathy and sympathy. So I thought you might be interested in that. Perhaps a little bit of accountability there for me as well. So, okay, what is the today's writing? Well, I'm going to talk about writing today. First of all, let's talk about NaNoWriMo quickly. I have been doing that. It's been a very hectic week. And so there were some things that were on my radar which I had to deal with that got in the way of my writing. But I've managed to claw it back. I've had a good writing session yesterday. I'm hoping to have a couple today. And so I'm feeling confident, and I normally have a bit of TV Sunday night. So I'm still going to do that, but I'm going to shorten that down to fit in more writing. Because, as I say, that's going to be the priority this month. So good luck, and feel free to let me know how you're doing with your writing, etc. And NaNoWriMo, be very interested to hear. You've got my website details, jonjon.co.uk. They're on the YouTube posts, and you can feel free to send me an email at jonjonwriting@yahoo.co.uk. So on to today's writing tip, and that's going to be about book covers. So book covers are well, they're book covers, aren't they? So you finished your text, you've been through it, hopefully you've got a professional editor or proofreader, or if not, you've been through it a few times, but you're at the juncture where you're happy to get this out into the world, into people's hands, and in front of readers' eyes. So book covers are vital, and the reason is probably more than apparent, because it's going to be the first thing that you see, unless it's word of mouth, which is also a very powerful tool. Book covers are the first thing that you're going to see. So my advice straight off the bat would be go professional if you can. Try to get a professional book cover designer to do your book covers. And one of the big temptations which I would implore you to avoid is, I've got a friend who's a really good artist, or I've got a friend who's a really good painter or drawer. They may be fantastic. They may be able to paint the Mona Lisa like Leonardo da Vinci himself. And he said Van Gogh then, but like da Vinci himself. It does not mean they can make a good book cover. That's not what it's about. Yes, art does often look fantastic on book covers, but it's not about a nice picture. It's about marketing, and there is a difference. So that's why it's very important to get a professional if you can, or someone who's trained in book cover design, etc. Obviously, there has been exceptions to the rule here and there. Now, I will just say, adding on to that, that does not mean that you're dead in the water if you cannot afford to do so. There are many bits of software out there, from the top to Photoshop, and if you look around on the indie forums, etc., you'll see plenty of others that other artists use, and people do manage to train themselves to design very professional looking book covers. So I think what I would say first of all is look at other book covers in your genre. Have a good look about. You know, what does everyone else's look like? You know, Thriller's a very good example. You know, so I'm writing a thriller. I can tell you already, my cover will have a guy running away into a background, into a city or something like that. Go ahead and have a look about at thrillers. You'll see a lot of the covers are them. It's on trend. So if you're doing romance or YA, have a look about. Does yours, you know, kind of fit into it? Now, the thing is, there is always exceptions. You know, there's been there was a famous a few years back, a book cover won an award, a very prestigious book cover award, and I think it was just all white with a grey line down it. An exception to the rule, and that does happen. And it also does depend on what your outcome for the book or novel you want to be. Is it going to be about, is your aim commercial success? If it is, really, then you want to be aiming on target for the genre. So people select you when they're looking at the others, and to get that done as professionally as possible. And just looking to the other side of that, you know, you can have a look about, and you can see where people have made their own covers, and sometimes they really stand out. I saw one the other day. It wasn't actually bad. I thought it was a really good cover. I thought it had real potential, but it wasn't done good enough. I used Photoshop. I'm not saying it was exact software, but one of the pictures at the front was so clumsily put in, and it was so fake and obvious, it ruined it. But the image itself was good in the background. Not that I'm an expert in book covers, but just in my personal opinion, I was like, if that was professionally done, I think that'd be a really good book cover. I'm interested in that. So, and another rule that sometimes people use is, if you take off the titles, can you see what the book is about? That's an old one, but I believe it's still in play. I've tested that in bookshops, and you can sometimes do that. You know, so if, like say, you look, oh, that's thriller, that's romance, that's kind of what you want to be getting to, in my personal opinion. So I'm going to wrap up because we're getting on. So I hope you're having a wonderful week, and we shall speak again very soon. Cheers. Bye bye. If I can find the off button, it's off.